Well, hey everybody, and welcome back to It's Only Food with Chef John Politte. Today, we're going to be making quinoa stuffed mushrooms. You're not going to want to miss this one. Well, welcome back, and thanks a lot for joining us today. If this is your first time joining us here on It's Only Food with Chef John Politte, because you want to learn how to cook or just improve the skills that you already have, then go ahead and hit that little subscribe button that's right there, and then hit the notification bell to be notified every time we upload new content. Well, quinoa is just like rice in the way you want to cook it. We'll just get into what quinoa is in a little bit. But to cook it, it's just like rice, basically, 2-to-1 ratio. So I am going to use some beef broth, 2 cups, and I have shaken this. Here's 1 cup. Two cups right there, beef broth. Now we're just going to hit it on the stove. When that starts boiling, I'm going to add 1 cup of quinoa, and we'll get that going. Meanwhile, let's clean our mushrooms. All right. I'm going to take the mushrooms. I'm just going to pop out that stem there so we have a hole there to stuff it with the quinoa and the other ingredients. And I'm just going to put them into this sieve. And we will rinse these off really well so they're nice and clean. Just kind of after I've washed these mushrooms out, I just like to put them upside down while I've got a little bit of time, let them drain as well as I can before I start stuffing them. Alright, so I put the quinoa in the boiling water and I have turned it down. I'm going to put the lid on this, let it go for 15 minutes. I failed to capture that and hit the record button, so I'm redoing this shot. I've already got the quinoa in there. So I will put the lid on that, let it cook, and then we'll come back to it when it's done. I have 1 clove of garlic. I have 2 peppers here that I have taken the stem out and kind of de-seeded as best as I could. I'm going to hit this garlic here. Just going to dice it up. We're just going to mix this with the quinoa. I want to get it as fine chopped as I can. We're just going to blast it real quick in the frying pan to add another layer of flavor. The pepper is in here for flavor, but it's also in there for some nice color. All right, I'm just going to hit the pan with a little bit of olive oil. We're going to let that get hot. Sure we get that oil distributed right away. And then we're going to throw in our peppers and garlic and let that cook real fast. Hit it with a little salt and pepper in there. And we just want to flash cook this real fast. We don't want to get some of that quinoa in there. Get that nuttiness to come out a little bit more. We're going to be adding a little pecorino and romano and Parmesan cheese to this, so that will absorb some of the liquid that's in there too. But I just want the nuttiness to come out of this a little bit more, so we're just hitting it with a little more heat and frying it a little bit more. I'm just going to throw it into this bowl, spread it out a little bit so it cools. So I want to be able to use my hands to stuff the mushrooms. We're going to put it in the refrigerator, let it cool. We'll add the cheese, and then we'll start stuffing these mushrooms. So quinoa is a flowering plant of the amaranth family. And because it's not a grass, it's a subcereal or a pseudo-cereal, which means that you can take the seeds and you can grind them into like a flour. Quinoa originated in the Andean region of South America. It was first cultivated for human consumption about 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. It makes a fantastic substitution for other grains such as rice or barley. It's got a very good flavor. I like it. It's nutty and it's easy to use, simple to cook, as we're doing right now. All right, so our quinoa is chilled. I have tasted it. It is, I love quinoa. It just tastes so good. Now I'm just going to add this Asiago, Fontina, Parmesan, and provolone mix that I've got here. About half of it. Right now, mix it really good in here. And I kind of want it to be a little pasty, so it's thick and it rolls into a kind of a stuffing. You know, that makes sense, right? A little more in there. All right, there you go. That's what it looks like. It smells good. I am going to glove up, and then we will start stuffing these mushrooms. All right, we got our stuffing right here in our mushroom. I'm just going to take what I can in here, stuff it in there as much as I can. And you want something basically that looks like that. It crowns all the way up. I'm just going to take all the rest of these and do the same thing. Okay, I got 8 of those. That's how much of the quinoa we use. I got some more for later. But there's our stuffed mushrooms. I'm going to stuff these. I'm going to stuff them. I'm going to plate them in the oven for about 15-20 minutes. Let that cheese melt, and then we'll plate them up. Well, there you go, quinoa stuffed mushrooms. They were fantastic. They smell great, they taste great, and very good for you too. They're great at a holiday party, Christmas party, appetizer, for any event, anywhere, anytime. Go ahead and give these a try. Also hit that playlist up there and the description down there below to see all the appetizers that I have done. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time right here on It's Only Food. Bye-bye.